Previously on Celebach.
My first and only and current girlfriend, ISTJ. Will you marry me?
Yes.
I'm not going to apologize for being gone for so long. Why do so many YouTubers do that? It's like I clicked on a video to watch actual content, not to hear 5 minutes of, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded a video in so long. I've just been so busy with blah 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 blah. And then I had blah 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 blah. I get it. Life gets in the way. Just get... Is it just me? Anyway, so one thing I never talked about in a video is how I, as an ISTP, view being single. And if you've been following my videos, you might know that I just recently got engaged to my ISTJ girlfriend over New Year's Eve. So you might be wondering, why now? You know, why would I wait until now to talk about singleness when I'm not going to be single for much longer? Well, the truth is, I feel like I can talk about singleness now because up until now, I never really thought of singleness as like a thing. All those years that I was single, I just saw singleness as like normal life. Because honestly, I wasn't really thinking about marriage. And so toward the end of last year, when I decided that I wanted to get married to my ISTJ girlfriend, now all of a sudden marriage is a thing that's like in my near future. And so now I'm considering a different lifestyle compared to what I had for the past few decades. Now I know this attitude isn't typical, even amongst ISTPs, though I would imagine it's more common amongst ISTPs than other types. But basically, throughout most of my single life, I had no interest in ever getting married. I wasn't like totally against the idea, but I was basically thinking, if I ever meet some like really amazing girl that I fall in love with and decide I want to spend the rest of my life with her, which is essentially what ended up happening, but until it actually happened, it was like just completely hypothetical and seemed like a really unlikely scenario for me. Otherwise, I was happy being single. I just enjoyed the independence, being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, not having to answer to anyone. As an introvert, I enjoy all that alone time, even more so than certain other introverted types like INFJs and ISFJs, with their auxiliary FE compared to my inferior FE. Yeah, I was totally content just spending most of my time alone. And yeah, every once in a while I would develop an interest in a girl that I met that had like some qualities that attracted me for whatever reason. But whenever that wasn't happening, which was like 80% of the time on average, I had no desire to like go out and seek someone. Had no interest in like going out to meet girls, to date. Absolutely did not want to be set up on any blind dates. And while certain other people were talking about like how difficult it was being single and how hard it was to find somebody, I just couldn't relate to that because like I was perfectly enjoying the single life. And now that I've actually met someone that I decided I want to marry, I look back at all those people who told me that I would change my attitude about singleness once I met the right girl. And they were still wrong. My attitude about singleness didn't change. Now, don't get me wrong. I am absolutely looking forward to being married to my ISTJ girlfriend, right? ISTJ fiance. But that doesn't mean that all of a sudden all those years of being single were somehow rendered meaningless. I had a good 23-year run as an independent single adult. I got to enjoy doing all kinds of things like all those road trips, church activities, TV binge watching, swing dancing, getting into typology, or just spending my time just doing whatever random things, staying up late on the weekends, just that whole lifestyle, just doing whatever I want to do, whatever I feel like doing at any given moment. That's I can still look back and say, yeah, that was an enjoyable life that I had as a single guy. And those are things that I probably would never have done if I was married. You could argue that, maybe I could have done those things with my wife, but it wouldn't have been the same experience. There's still something to doing stuff that's like exclusively me. It would become a whole different experience if I was sharing it with another person who's not me. So now I've got all these friends who are like all happy for me that I finally found someone, that I'm actually getting married. Well, okay, great. I'm glad you're happy for me and all, but like, what? You weren't happy for me before while I was already enjoying my life? What? I mean, yeah, I'm extremely happy to be getting married to this amazing woman, but it's, they're making it sound like I went from being in this absolutely miserable situation and I'm finally getting out of it. It's not like that at all. I'm just transitioning from one stage of life to another. I think it just comes down to people just not understanding or not believing just how much I enjoyed the single lifestyle. And I'm not saying it's for everyone. I'm not saying everyone should enjoy it. I understand that. A lot of people just can't stand being single. They just want to get married as soon as they find someone decent. I mean, if someone aspires to get married, then they great. Do what you feel is necessary to attain that goal. For me, it was never a goal. It was just something that I decided I wanted under these specific circumstances. And really what it indicates is just how special Miss ISTJ is to me. Just the fact that I'm willing to give up this really cool lifestyle in order to spend the rest of my life with her. That's something I was never willing to do for anyone else. Why else would I have gotten into a relationship with someone who lives over there when I'm up here? So, here I am in my mid-40s, getting ready to do something that a lot of people do when they're half my age. But, for me, the timing couldn't be better. I'm glad that I got to live all those years as an independent single adult. If I'd met my ISTJ girlfriend, my ISTJ fiance, I'm still not used to saying that. If I'd met her, when I was, say, in my 30s, well, first of all, she would have been like in her teens. That's the thing. There's that age difference. If I'd met her any earlier than I did, the age difference would have been too big for us. But besides that, she was a different person when she was younger. I was a different person when I was younger. I don't think we would have been compatible until we met when we did. I feel like we've each lived our own very different lives that just somehow came together at the right time. I totally believe that's part of God's design for each of our lives. Just like He designs other people for different lives. So there you go. Obviously, I haven't experienced married life yet, but I'm absolutely looking forward to experiencing it, while at the same time not regretting all those years that I lived as a single person. And I still stand by everything I said about enjoying the single life, even when I didn't know what I was missing. And to those of you who still don't get it or still don't believe me, that's on you. I've explained it thoroughly enough. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. Now I know this attitude is bad. Now that I've actually met someone that I